Kibaki's failure to tame corruption. Though President Kibaki was never personally accused of corruption, and managed to virtually end the grabbing of public land rampant in the Moi and Kenyatta eras, he was unable to adequately contain Kenya's widely entrenched culture of endemic corruption. Mishla Rong describes the situation thus. Whether expressed in the petty bribes the average Kenyan had to pay each week to fat-bellied policemen and local councillors, the jobs for the boys doled out by civil servants and politicians on strictly tribal lines, or the massive scams perpetrated by the country's ruling elite, corruption had become endemic. Eating, as Kenyans dubbed the gorging on state resources by the well-connected, had crippled the nation. In the corruption indices drawn up by the anti-graft organization Transparency International, Kenya routinely trails near the bottom, viewed as only slightly less sleazy than Nigeria or Pakistan. The Daily Nation, in an article published on the 4th of March 2013 titled End of a Decade of Highs and Lows for Mwai Kibaki, summarized it thus. For a leader who was popularly swept into power in 2002 on an anti-corruption platform, Kibaki's tenure saw graft scandals where hundreds of millions of shillings were siphoned from public coffers. Kibaki's National Rainbow Coalition, which took power from the authoritarian rule of Daniel Arap Moi, was welcomed for its promises of change and economic growth, but soon showed that it was better suited to treading established paths. The initial response to corruption was very solid, but it became clear after a while that these scams reached all the way to the president himself, said Kenya's former anti-corruption chief John Githongo in Mishla Rong's book, It Is Our Turn to Eat. Most notorious of a raft of graft scandals was the multi-billion shilling Anglo leasing case, which emerged in 2004 and involved public cash being paid to a complicated web of foreign companies for a range of services including naval ships and passports that never materialized. 2010 Constitution. The passage of Kenya's transformative 2010 Constitution, championed by President Kibaki in the Kenyan constitutional referendum in 2010, was a major triumph and achievement, which went a long way into addressing Kenya's governance and institutional challenges. With the new constitution started wide-ranging institutional and legislative reforms, which President Kibaki skillfully and successfully steered in the final years of this presidency. His greatest moment was the promulgation of the new constitution. It was a very deep and emotional moment for him. Kibaki's son Jimmy was quoted as saying, 2013, power handover. Kibaki handed over the Kenyan presidency to his successor, Uhuru Kenyatta, on the 9th of April 2013 at a public inauguration ceremony held at Kenya's largest stadium. I am happy to pass the torch of leadership to the new generation of leaders, said Kibaki. He also thanked his family and all Kenyans for the support they had given him throughout his tenure in office, and cited the various achievements his government made. The handover marked the end of his presidency and of his 50 years of public service. Kibaki's personal life. President Kibaki was married to Lucy Muthoni from 1961 until her death in 2016. They had 4 children, Judy Wanjiku, Jimmy Kibaki, David Kagai, and Tony Githinji. They also had several grandchildren, Joy Jamie Marie, Rachel Muthoni, Mwai Jr., and Christina Muthoni. Jimmy Kibaki has declared and aspired to be his father's political heir, though unsuccessful so far. In 2004, the media reported that Kibaki had a second spouse, whom he allegedly married under customary law, Mary Wambui, and a daughter, Wangai Mwai. State House in response released an unsigned statement that Kibaki's only immediate family at the time was his then wife, Lucy, and their 4 children. In 2009, Kibaki, with Lucy in close attendance, held an odd press conference to restate publicly that he only had one wife. The matter of Kibaki's alleged mistress, and his wife's usually dramatic public reactions thereto, provided an embarrassing sideshow during his presidency, with the Washington Post terming the entire scandal as a new Kenyan soap opera. Miss Wambui, the rather popular other woman, who enjoyed the state trappings of a presidential spouse and became a powerful and wealthy businesswoman during the Kibaki presidency, frequently drove Lucy into episodes of highly embarrassing, very publicly displayed rage. Miss Wambui, despite opposition from Kibaki's family, led publicly by Kibaki's son, Jimmy, and despite Kibaki's public endorsement and campaign for her opponent, succeeded Kibaki as Member of Parliament for Athaya in the 2013 general election. In December 2014, Senator Bonnie Kalwal stated on KTN's Jeff Coyne and Live that President Kibaki had introduced Wambui as his wife. Kibaki enjoyed playing golf and was a member of the Muthaga Golf Club. He was a practicing and a very committed member of the Roman Catholic Church and attended Consolata Shrines Catholic Church in Nairobi every Sunday at noon. On the 21st of August 2016, Kibaki was taken to Karen Hospital, and later flew to South Africa for specialized treatment. Unlike the Kenyatta and Moi families, Kibaki's family has shown little interest in politics save for his nephew Nderitu Muriithi, the current governor of Laikipia County. Kibaki's death. Kibaki died on the 22nd of April 2022, at the age of 90. He will be remembered as the best president Kenya has ever had, since independence. May his soul rest in peace.